Hey, what's going on? It's Hector Diaz. Welcome to the first entry journal to my voice diary here. Decided to start doing a little voice journal entry. Listened to a bunch of podcasts, really inspired me to start my own, but not mainly to, I don't know, I guess just to talk like my thoughts out loud, you know? Uh, Ever since I moved over here to Boulder, it's been pretty quiet. Don't really have much people to talk to other than my brother and my roommate. But even then, still sometimes seeing life or seeing things just at a from the same perspective all the time just kind of gets um I don't know, one-sided a bit. But that's why I'm gonna take this time to sort of talk with myself, uh, bounce back ideas with this. Uh, so I guess I could just let you guys know what's going on really. So I just moved. Obviously, as you can tell from some of the pictures I've been posting, I just moved from Texas, Mansfield, Texas, to Boulder, Colorado. Moved here to start school for University of Colorado in Boulder. See you, buffs. And I just moved over here with a new roommate who's nice. I'm gonna try to not name names on these to hopefully not to get anyone's privacy away. Um, Moved over here with the roommate, and this is like kind of like my first real roommate. The last time I ever lived with myself was with Edie and I, and oh shit, but that's another thing to unravel here in a bit. I'll probably talk about that another time. Another thing, I'm probably just gonna make these like 20 minutes long. I'm not gonna do too much. 20 minutes even probably sounds too long to begin with, anyways. But we'll see how it goes. This is just a little test run, a little pilot, little sample taste. So yeah, first move in was great. First week was just stressful as hell. Just settling in, unpacking everything. Funny thing about that is that I'm unpacking all my shit over here, but I'm gonna be moving out again in August 1st because that's when the lease ends. Uh, so I had signed a lease with one of my brother's friends who he knows over there. He was giving his room away, so I decided to just to take the remainder of his months. Not really thinking clearly how quick 3 months can go by, 2 or 3 months can go by. But man, it's like I unpacked all my stuff and now I gotta repack everything and it's just annoying. Uh, but hey, it's just something I gotta deal with and I'm dealing with just fine. Um, so settling in. What else? Still kind of looking for a job. I'm on this delivering app over here that they got purely for Boulder. It's called Hungry Buffs. It's exactly like Uber Eats or what's the other one called? DoorDash is the other one. DoorDash is the one I tried to apply for back in Texas. I remember I had to get activated, and it showed me the hours, and the hours were just so inconvenient. And then I showed up to one to try to get activated, and no one was there. I showed up to an empty store. It was like one of those buildings where it didn't really have a name on it. It kind of like if you go up to the door, it'll have like a piece of paper that says DoorDash on it. And I was like, okay, this is the place, but no one's in here. It was just empty. I was pissed off. I was hoping to earn a little extra money back in Texas, but I mean it's okay. I mean it's not really, but you know it is what it is. I'm over here. I'm fine. Ah, wish I had more work over there, but plus I was just lazy, so maybe I wouldn't have done it in the first place. Who knows? Trying to get over it. That's something I'm working on. It's my laziness. But let me get back to to what I'm trying to say here. Like I've applied to a couple of places. I've applied to this restaurant by this like downtown mall area by Pearl Street. That's over here in Boulder. It's like an outdoorsy, very very popular area for communities to gather around. And then that's where you'll most likely see a bunch of like entertainment artists, performance artists, street performers. Every time I walk by it, there's always this one guy who's always tap dancing and just singing along to the music. He's there every single day. And I know this because whenever I started working for Hungry Buffs, a lot of my orders would go there to pick up from the sushi restaurant over there in Pearl Street, which is Hapa Sushi. Shout out. Uh, and he'd be there just dancing and singing away every single day. Like the first time I saw him, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Second day, like he's there again, but it almost seems like he's just there all day. And it's like there's people out here that do exactly what they want all day long. And I was like, man, I'm trying to be like that guy. uh, just on the grind every single day, just doing what I want. And that's exactly what this move was about. But yeah, so in order to make that dream happen, I need to make some money. So Hungry Bucks has been pretty good. Um, but again, that's that's a self-employment. So I'm trying to. That's not gonna look good on taxes. I'm trying to get good good tax breaks here on my tax income. Tax breaks? I don't know how tax works. Still to this day. Um, but I know that self-employment is pretty bad on tax returns. I'm not sure how much money you lose. I do know that I remember working one time at this gym next to my house. It was like a neighborhood gym that they paid us. They didn't take any taxes out of our paychecks. I don't know what kind of tax like tax has like that certain names like 1040p, 1040 whatever, ADHD, some shit like that. Uh, and it's like got one of those weird names to it. But she gave me one of those, and it was one where they don't take any taxes out. It's just the pay rate up front. And at first I thought it was like weird. I didn't really know you could do that. Like I didn't know you can manipulate the tax like that. But I guess it's understandable with like goods and services, stuff like that is like verbal agreement. Um, but still, like whenever I filed for my taxes, they took out $500 when I was working there. I was only making 8 an hour, and I didn't even last for too long because I didn't have a good relationship with the manager over there. But yeah, it was a like an ungodly amount, and I only worked it for like 2 months, and like that amount was just taken out. I was so pissed. I never want to do that again. And I heard self-employment is kind of like the same way, so I'm hoping to get a job here soon to at least get a good tax return. Part-time, obviously, going to school. What's my schedule's gonna be pretty hectic. Uh, and let's see what else. Oh, the restaurant's called Eureka. That's the restaurant that I applied to. So I'm hoping that I get uh, an interview for that. They have open interviews, which I'm gonna take my resume to at some point on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 to 4. Remember that exactly. And last time I spoke to the manager, he and I hit it off really good. So I'm pretty sure I'm in good standing. I just got to show up, show my face more. Um, but yeah, so things are going good. Hungry Buffs is treating me good, making my monthly bills, so can't complain. And not only am I making my bills, I'm also having enough time to finally make time to get what I want to do out of the way. Like wanted to get a good training regimen going, got a good daily routine. Every morning I got to take this walk to the rec center. Man, it's just I wear my Vibrams foot, and I don't know if you know what Vibrams feet is, but like it's like those Skeletoes. You slide them on. It's like a shoe or like a sock, but like with those little toes cut out on the end. So it's like slip on and then like your toes show. But like the good, I wear those basically to increase my feet strength. Because normally, I mean, this is gonna sound exactly from like podcasts, because like every single information that I kind of get it are from podcasts, and they're from professionals, and I do my research, and I try to do it from experience. And these Vibrams, ever since I started walking in them to the rec center uphill, it's like 20-minute walk, by the way, from my apartment to the rec center. So it's pretty long walk, but pretty good walk, pretty good quality walk, because you're walking in the mountains. So it's nice, and you get to listen to music and watch people walk by, and you know, I don't know, but so I'm walking, getting my feet strengthened. It hurts at the first time though. So if you're gonna do it, I'd be careful with it. I'd probably do like 2 days wearing that a week. I don't know, because when I was doing it over here, I'm pretty sure I got I don't know what happened, but like my pain wasn't My feet was in so much pain. It felt like I just ran a cross marathon. You know how like I don't know if you ever seen those pictures of people who wear bike marathons, but like if you ever seen a picture of a bike marathon or after a marathon, holy shit, their legs are veiny as hell, man. Oh, it's one of the scariest things. It doesn't look real. It's just one of those things. It's like, how can that happen to a human? It kind of reminds me of a Split, the movie Split. Whenever he starts turning into the alter ego beast and like the veins start popping, it kind of looks like that. Uh, but anyways, okay. So I take these walks to the gym, um, and to the rec center. They require a buff card to get in. And when I first moved in here and I started taking walks to the gym, I didn't have a buff card, so I was kind of using my roommates and sneaking in. The way they have it set up, picture you walking in, and there's 3 gates on the right that you can slide a card. Obviously, it's for the buff 1 card. You slide your card there, and the gates will open for you, and you're good to go. There's 3 gates there, and then there's an opening to the left of the 3 gate, and then to the left of that is the desk. So basically, they have it set up to where if people are trying to sneak in, they're gonna sneak into the closest entryway to the desk, and the people who have the buff card can just go through the gate and not have to deal with the people. But yeah. So when I was using my roommate's card, I could just go through the gate. But then there came a time. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm messing up the story. So the only reason why I could use this buff card was because my roommate was enrolled in a summer class. And as soon as that summer class ended, that buff card didn't work. So I was only able to get in, with no hassle for a short amount of time until I had to get a buff card myself. But I can't pick one up until August because since I'm a transfer student here, they need to make one, and like I don't know why it takes so long to make one, but it is. I have to pick it up in August. And this is gonna be all important later, because my experience with the gym so far has been eh, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Everyone is nice. Everyone is nice, but this one guy. There's one guy at this gym that keeps giving me attitude. I don't know what the fuck I did to this guy, but every time, cause I walk in and he's talking like all friendly to his friends. He's spitting game to the girl on his left. He's chatting up the shit with his brother on his right. He's letting people go, and then when it's times for me to go up to them and for me to sign in and say, hey, I'm a student, I don't have my buff card. He's all smiling and talking, shooting shit with his friends, and then he turns and look at me, and that smile turns into a 180. It's just like it frowns, like it's like he's so like I'm disturbing his moment. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, like I'm trying to get into this gym over here, but what I'm trying to get these gains, bro. What, you mad? I'm trying to get these gains. Anyways, but so he'll frown at me and he'll be like, hey, which I don't know, hey, how does it go? I'll come to like, hey, I don't have my buff card. Can I get checked in with you? And or can you check me in? I was like, okay, what's your name? So that's it. Like, Hector Diaz. Okay, good. All right, you're good to go. Bye. Like that's normally how our interaction go. I mean, I wouldn't be complaining about this as much as I am now until what happened today, because that conversation just seems normal. That just sounds like a normal conversation with the front desk. Guy who works customer service works a little bit too long, and is still and has to deal with the customer. I mean, I get it. I've worked there before, and yeah, it sucks. But I mean, it's not my fault that you're in this place. You're in the customer service. You gotta. I don't know what to tell you, man. I didn't do what your problem is with me. I don't know what to tell you. So today when I go into the gym, he starts to now we're starting to have a problem. Because then he starts saying, if you forget your buff 1 card again, we're not gonna let you in. That's basically what he said. He didn't say exactly. What did he say? Okay, let me try to remember. In the end, he said that. He was, I know, when we've been letting you in, we've been checking you in without a card, for a while now. This is gonna be our last check-in time because well, I don't know. There's not a really good reason. He didn't give me a reason, but he said this is gonna be the last time we checked you in. So you'll have to bring your card next time. And what I told the guy, I said, well, I don't forget my card. I can't have my card until August. When I said that, the guy sitting to the right of him got what I was saying. And the guy that I was talking to was confused as fuck. Like, he had no idea what was going on. Like, I know I'm not the first transfer student to try to get into this gym. And I ended up paying for 2 months. Like, after my roommate class ended in for the summer, I paid for two extra months until I got my card in August. Plus, I'm enrolled in classes now, so it shouldn't be any problem. Plus, I'm paying a fuck ton on tuition, so it shouldn't be a problem there anyway. But yeah, like the guy just didn't. We'll call him redhead because he is a redhead. The redhead over here didn't tell. Just is acting all confused. He's looking at me all like with like this attitude, like, bitch, I'm a transfer student. I can't pick up my card in August, and I paid for 2 months here. You're giving me shit for no reason. I didn't say all that, but that's exactly what I'm thinking. And his buddy over here is like, no, he's good to go. Like, he's on my side. The guy sitting to the right of him, like, he's on my side with this. And the guy's like, well, redhead over here. Redhead said, it was like, can't you just print him a card? Like, I don't. It's almost like he doesn't want to deal with me, you know? It's like, can't you just print him a card so that we can just get this shit over with? Like, that's the kind of message I got whenever he spoke to his friend. Can't you just print him a card? Because I don't want to see him again. Like, that's like, God. And the guy says no. He says, like, no, he can't because it would mess up my ID number or whatever. And I kind of get what he's coming from too, because it obviously doesn't mess up my ID number, but it messes up something. I know it messes up something. And I get where he's coming from. But I half wanted him to just print me a card too, because I didn't want to deal with his shit either. But he couldn't print me a card, and the guy was like, the guy kept pressing on for him to print me a card. Obviously he never does because I mean, he's basically not allowed to. And then so redhead backs down, and then his buddy on the right tells me I'm good. Like, hey, you're good to go. Don't worry about it. So I'm good. I walk off. But damn, that just left a bad taste in my mouth. I was like, that was such a bad experience, man. Like, I was having a good time making my walk up to the rec center. Listening to Childish Gambino. This is America. This is America. Doing the dances and shit. Learning the dance moves. Having fun with myself. And I go into the rec center and I have to run into that redhead with give me a problem and shit. Hey, man, I can't. I don't want you to work out anymore, man. You're making me. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know what the fuck I did to him. Tomorrow I'm gonna ask him. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna walk up to him and say, hey, listen, you and I are gonna have a problem here. I mean, what did I do to you? Huh? What did I do to you? Because ever since from day one, you've been treating me like shit. You've been treating me good to your other buddies here, but ever since day one, every time I come in here and I try to check in, you're I don't know. I don't know what's up. You're looking at me with an attitude. I don't know if I'm gonna say all that. I'm probably not gonna say all that, but I will approach him. I will approach him about it. That's for sure. That's about it. That's so that I'd say like that's my only like bad person here in or not bad person, but like bad relationship with someone here in Boulder, because everyone else has been treating me very nice, including like the customers who order from Hunger Buffs, man. I was like, hey man, how's it going? Yeah, it's good. You know, just shooting the shit. So yeah, Hunger Buffs. Now I'm trying to think about what else to talk about. Actually, what time is it? I'm gonna lift up the recorder, so there's gonna be a lot of noise. Sorry about that. Ooh, 20 minutes. Oh, right on time, baby. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I hope it wasn't a complete waste of time. I know I'm only just trying to do 20 minutes, so not trying to take up too much time. And just like I said, these entries are just gonna be about random things. Most likely gonna be about my day. Probably gonna be what I'm thinking about doing in the near future. I'll get onto all that later in later entries. But for now, I'm gonna go back and play some Injustice 2, eat some food, some Chipotle. Get what I'm saying? Do some Injustice 2. By the way, I main Robin. Look at me, I'm all excited. I main Robin. So if any of y'all want to get your ass beaten Robin, hit me up on that PlayStation 4. PS4 for life. All you Xbox One players need to get a PS4 or a PC. You know, one of the two. I'm planning on getting a PC. Anyways, alright guys, thank you. Hope you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.